This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
It's more of nursing school in Yano, Mufri Ghana, Munya Jumanye. I just pouring the kids into nursing school and then we pour them out and they'll come and do nonsense and say, give us alawa. We have not employed us. We should employ you to go and do what? You can see about doctor for power will chrome hachiremwa. Me say 99% of doctors in Ghana. Broni bien will be in Sase, doctor and woman panier, Mufri Ghana, be woman panier. Yeah. Be me surgery. Oh, bodam. Now, what do you know Ghana ho? It's a be me brain way a process idea no. So I will try to process things the way I process out. Why you know? I did you would draw some groom. I'm being honest. The next time is not going to be sweet. It's not going to be nice. I'm not going to show respect. Charles Edubuahin and his lawyer wrote a letter to Kisie Jabin, and they said they are not going to pay the money. I am telling Kisie Jabin to release that letter, or else I will release it.
Kevin Taylor, I don't know. We unless for young from with Mamma Quede, more specialized here. General nurse na moye. Oh, bon panier, be me will crewman for Benny Bessie, and no Uduko, Obricha, Obaka home care, Obaka home care, Unya hospital behind your mouth, catch all. Or sa doctor for 99. Why? Bruni Ben baby is a more Obricha said, Doctor near Wako School or Ghana, and I want panier. Oh, Bob damn. Kevin Taylor no. Or sell it to be a bediki said ya been ho. Se Kisie Jabin and for letter number bonti on no beliki. As a critical. Na adakabe from Paul Manson. O dear, or message a baby dear beje. Kevin Taylor saw my warning, last warning. So when Jai Expressway a what 2 years one. 1 hour call where demonstration. Yayama wa yedin. Na mun nim MPP for mun nim MPP journalist mun nim. Na man nim ni Fear Expressway ni so. I do be shabon no. He can tell you. Was a document in the baby way leaky.
Mr. Be brain way a process idea no. So I will try to process things the way I process out. Why you know over dam? I never you would draw some groom. Men try to process this be a process no. Because me process it immediate, intermediate, and future. Me process it quick. I know we say Kevin to when you know him. Mr. Be processing your manu. Unim idea biao. I put myself in the whole situation into my mouth. So say they make you unim. I brought for the nim. Me processing gig ne dam tribunal. Jack kojo pon kroma pono gig ne kura ndu. O sisi anene say. Eye OSP no. Ene eye EC boss and the deputies na ye the petition akoma president. President e pushi petition no e de akoma eye den. Akoma eye chief justice no. There's something going on. Now, I can tell you, sa petition na yedikoma chief justice no. Somebody from the OSP's office eliki sa petition no edikoma City News. You see what they are doing? Sa petition na President epushi dia koma chief justice and making sure say OSP any EC in saka no EC in saka ne there before OSP in saka petition na no likima City News. You see what Kisie Jabin any the group ne the OSP got that petition, the copy of the petition from the Chief Justice this afternoon. Now, the Chief Justice wrote to the OSP, forwarded the petition for his response. The moment the OSP received the petition, and Opushima City News is a omuliki petition in the system. And this is the diabolic thing. Kisie Jabin and any any deputies no the OSP's office. On Sandra Mekajam say Akurugu sexual harassment case be edan so OSP office. Kisie Jabin has decided not to touch that matter. Now, and I can tell you the OSP received the response, received the petition from the Chief Justice, for his response. The moment he received the petition, no, and Odema Bernard Avlemo, and Okache City said, "Omunliki petition." No. So as we speak, City said they have come out to tell Ghana for say they have been able to intercept the petition from the Chief Justice to the OSP. OSP and the petition Emma Bernard Avle. And the Sky said they should leak the petition because they want to blow the matter up. They don't want anything to be in secrecy. They want to murder the case. Inti the omo say omo pese omo call for no start enter case no say case ni basis. So say City Kajo say they have intercepted the petition from the chief the petition that was sent to the OSP. Kisieja being ene Samedako and this petition Emma City News. Yes. Samedako gave the petition to City for them to leak the petition. The Chief Justice told them in secrecy that I need your response. This is the allegations against you. We need your response. Why OSP Samedako Modema City. That is why Mr. S, get him the screenshot. City for say they have intercepted their line. Now, the last time I'm hear a scandal on OSP, me catch him say Kisie Jaben is one person onye truthful to Ghanaians. And then I may yes scandal na make them say OMCs na Mustafa Hamid mo ejiji sika omo de come aba omi akoye campaign no. OSP Embra Bontin meka che say sa OMCs no sika say na ojiji omo ho na so wanjiji sika omo ho a ada na wan charge any of the OMCs ebe sin the Oma answer. Fine. Now, do you remember Edubuahin? Edubuahin Anas scandal one ho a na oje bribe $40,000. Besides, get me the video. Oje $40,000 a leading to his sack and I say his resignation from Ekufuado's government. Mokai Edubuahin. Yes. Mokai sa case no. OSP at the end of the day was the one investigating that expose Anas on Edubuahin. Make sure who Kisi Jabin is. Sa investigations no. Time a video ni ba out. Anas yes, our investigations now you who say Edubuahin add $40,000 no. Yen nyina hwe video ni bi. And the catcher OSP say he is the one all yes our investigations. Now the question here is all your investigations what did he discover? Say all your investigations all your wie no dey no be catcher OSP be catcher say Edubuahin committed crime and I say uncommitted crime. Now say Edubuahin uncommitted crime Nyoma EC was our investigations why was the OSP still following what actually happened? Me can Charles Edubuahin asem Charles Edubuahin na oye Minister of State Finance mokai na owo Ekufuado office no. Thank you, Mr. S. Now, I want to prove to you, say, Kisieja being on Kanokre. Now, see this letter. Me no baby read the letter we own. Time a Kisieja being investigating matter no. Obekachre say, Edubuahin and commit crime biya after Anas expose no. Charles Edubuahin. Now, when you read his own investigative report, let me put it on the screen. Point 614, 615, and 7. There's something in his own report. On one, Messiah, get me the first page because we need to let Ghanaians know. Say we are reading from the OSP's own report. Messiah, let me see if I can get it myself. Yes, my main for we inchamo and sana me the report to actually. Sana be ya. Me we are na ba petition we asem so me mama who the kind of person Kisieja being is. Now, sa investigations we and Kisieja being ye when Charles Edubuahin asem the buy make sure they think they can get away with murder. Make sure my dear. this is the investigation, sir. Charles Edubuahin, anas here an expose. Yenina be say Charles Edubuahin edge bribe. Okay. Reports of investigation into alleged commission of corruption and corruption-related offenses involving Charles Edubuahin. 30th October 2023. Mokai is the same way. There was a video na Charles Edubuahin edge bribe. Anas here investigations your boy Anthony Carbo di wom, your boy Baumia di wom. Charles Edubuahin was leading the pack. Mokai. OSP na yes investigations no. Now OSP investigations we no. Again or back after the investigations because we saw on camera. Na Charles Edubuahin edge bribe of $40,000. Anas team no. Now OSP investigations we no. This is what he actually put out. And I didn't read, I am reading from this report. When I'm done with this show, I will publish the whole report. I will watermark it and publish the whole report for every single Ghanaian to read. No matter who the kind of person this OSP is. And the all leaky, petitions are Chief Justice the Abreno. Make sure who OSP is. Now, Mrs. All right, team. So, in this report, this is what OSP wrote. My main kind. Maybe I'm marking a red in 6.14 and 6.15. I say, the undercover agents secretly, audiovisually recorded the entirety of both meetings. In the high political office he occupied, it ought reasonably to have occurred to Mr. Edubuahin that his bargain for 20% of the value of the proposed investment and his receipt of a cash gift of 40,000 United States dollars from the supposed sheikh was outrightly improper. Now, Mr. Edubuahin exhibited lack of sound judgment. His claim that he accepted that cash gift to avoid offending the supposed sheikh lies very thinly, and his suggestion of the payment of an appearance fee of 200,000 United States dollars to the vice president was quite reckless, especially as the vice president was unaware of the business he was conducting and had not asked him to demand money of whatever description conducing and had not taxed him to demand money of whatever description on his behalf. All the indices points to the conclusion that Mr. Edubuahin's principal motivation was in his own personal gain through his personal gain, though he intimated to the supposed sheikh that he was driven by the potential developmental benefit to Ghana of the proposed investment. The OSP show on the report and say Edubuahin decision will take say obeji sika on behalf of Baumia. Oji sika $40,000. Na oka say in his interview no Edubuahin say sika oji no sebio ebi okra oji ma Baumia dimu. Ena sebi also oji na oferi shake nti na oji sika no. Enti na oji na Osakra ka say oji sika no say sebi o shake investment obe no Ghana nti na Ghana mu ho do mom na eden e wona kuma mu nti na manage sa sika na say otena sa meeting mienunum nti ono OSP ni chechiri ma chere say oya investigations no eno na Edubuahin ka kire no Edubuahin ka chere say sika $40,000 no any $200,000 na oji no oji no in the name of Baumia any on one kasa so je 40,000 no oji sika no because one na oferi shake no and secondly na investment na shake say odeba Ghana no no hu ni say investment be boa Ghana pa na ono OSP no investigations obehu say eye Edubuahin ye no na entwa kwan mu especially the position na occupy edwuma na odi ema aban ene sebio ni position no na nkeni say ogina mu egige sa sika no we OSP ankasa ano asem the investigations no ena mekan akire no mame kire wade. Now when you move to the point 7, the same OSP yen ready ade we there ade point 70, though the conduct of Mr. Edubuahin amounts to trading in influence or influence peddling, which is closely associated with corruption, there is no actual criminal prohibition of his acts in respect of which the OSP has a mandate to further act. Tie, though the conduct of Mr. Edubuahin amounts to trading in influence or influence peddling, which is closely associated with corruption, there is no actual criminal prohibition of his acts in respect of which the OSP has a mandate to further act. Or say, even though the Edubuahin ye no, ene bone etare ho, etisa bonyo no, a wotie free nam ho. Sika oje wo camera mu a oje wo ba omia di mu ono ankasa so eje ya every shake no edi semu a oka kire mo say through sika waje no or the baba influence say omo benya deal no na ono so ebenya percentage of 20% no ono OSP say oya investigation jina hu ewie no ohun say Edubuahin bo kro no eben kro no nenso anya kro no. When it quacks like a duck, it is not a duck. That is what the OSP wrote in his own report. Maybe Chawa been there. Point 7. OSP called him. This is what he said. On that reckoning, the special prosecutor directs the closure at this time of the investigation in respect of allegations of corruption and corruption-related offenses involving Charles Edubuahin contained in the investigative documentary titled Galamsey Economy, published by Tiger IPI. The investigation may be reopened should the circumstances and further facts so dictate. Or say, from the awatieti nyina ne hwehwemu a waye nyina no ne fapem ne nyina ne say ohun ne say sa investigations announce ne team eye ya ya discover say eye Edubuahin gi contract mu 20% gi sika e wo camera 20,000 and $200,000 no o say sa nyoma ne nyina ne ehun ne say eye krono ho nsensem ne nyina no ono OSP die ne office no omu hu krono bia wom na emom no se imbre bi beba na se omuhu ne se krono wo mu dia omo be se biem na se sie ni manim he pa de ono ne office ne de omo nhye da hu krono bia Edubuahin occupies our position now wabo we OSP ankasa the investigations in 2023 into a close investigations no ma men kind the last paragraph on show make sure dey be me wia the non-prohibition of most predicate acts of corruption and corruption-related offenses engenders impunity of malevolent conduct and the erosion of democratic tenets, which spawn formidable hurdles. And then you have to say, "You give you hey." In so what you just be Mr. P. Makaya de nasre. Let me take it again. Making a grab me one or see the non-prohibition of most predicate acts of corruption and corruption-related offenses and engenders impunity of malevolent conduct and the erosion of democratic tenets, which spawn formidable hurdles in a fight against corruption, especially in the public sector. On this score, the OSP calls for the passage of a Corrupt Practice Act to comprehensively codify the prohibition of all forms of corruption. Further, the OSP joins up with the positively persistent. Just say, yeah, Mama Zankai. They say the OSP did chair the enye or see you could be a debia your friend. A Corrupt Practice Act. Edubuahin abo krono de so onko hwehwemu no o se Edubuahin bo krono 40,000 na wagire nya krono 200,000 or Jesus or come about obi na krono na emomo no my advice say you could be what we call Practice Act, Corruption Practice Act. And no brofo no mame san kan ni biem me ya mekere wade be kuseja be oye azache obia mame kan last one he's playing with grammar o ohun se mo agimi mame san kan biem o say so am for enne de yewura class o for bekwa for obi anya di na enne de medwom Hey, and the Messiah, the non-prohibition of most predicates acts of corruption and corruption-related offenses engenders impunity of malevolent conduct and the erosion of democratic tenets, which spawn formidable hurdle in the fight against corruption, especially in the public sector. On this score, the OSP calls for the passage of a Corrupt Practice Act to comprehensively codify the prohibition of all forms of corruption. The okay say, the any the way any no Obama Ghana futu say anka ye bibia ye frɛ no ɛyɛ Corrupt Practice Act. Ɛno no brofo no. The church nyina beso kyerɛ say oh, why investigations na wie edubu ahenje 40,000 bia 40,000 oje na nya kro no 200,000 na nya kro no inte edubu ahende ombo kro no bia onko owie na ka je say ye ne enko bie ade ye frɛ no Corrupt Practice Act where point 7 further actions. Now ma menkyerɛ ade owie saa de we na oka sansem we kyerɛ ewie no owie na oka se edubu ahenbo kro no Mamenka Bibinchro. Allegedly, OSP took money from Charles Edubuahin before he wrote this report. Allegedly, from my source. He took money from Charles Edubuahin before writing this report. And when he took that money, the AG then, Aya Gofredame, got a hint of it and contacted and confronted OSP. Gofredame Mekajan Sabeboa. Gofredame heard that Charles Edubuahin had paid money to OSP to write the report in his favor. And when Gofredame got note of that, he confronted OSP and asked him, said, did you take money from Charles Edubuahin? But there was something. Because of the fear. You see, the reason why Edubuahin, Gofredame did not follow up or did not push was because he knew, say, it was going to come back to bite the government. It was going to expose the Kufuor government. Inti Aya Gofredame approached Aya OSP said, I have evidence that you took money from Edubuahin. And it's now trust our report to you. The OSP told Gofredame, say yes, he did. But Gofredame could not push because he was also protecting his government. If that had come out, na Ghana for you be say Kufuor is a corrupt government. Into Gofredame also kept it quiet. Allegedly, that is what my source is telling me. But my mention, when they hear me, OSP investigations in no. I catch as a Charles Edubuahin had 40,000, any 200,000. Ekomaba umiano ombo krono. The enko be act no. This is what he did. After he wrote the report and told us, said Charles Edubuahin ombo krono no. Then ofa echire ena ochro letter de koma Charles Edubuahin. What did he write? I mean reading chiro. November 3rd, 2023. I mean can for win chiro. Wait 30th October 2023. Into him or releasing the final report on the 30th of October 2023, right? Or releasing report in you know the 3rd of November. Report no or releasing report on the 30th of October, right? And I'll catch a Ghana for say Edubuahin ball chrono, wajit $40,000, wajit $200,000 on ball chrono, into Yanko be act yatiasie. October no closing file no or say and one on the case die, Edubuahin ko. Fine. Now Owie no, what did he do? Just on the 3rd of November, and on OS spiritual letter koma Edubuahin. What did he write? Mami reading chiro. OSP wrote to Edubuahin, and what he wrote was this. He said, in direction to attend the office of the special prosecutor, Charles Edubuahin, first full grip, close, blah, 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 blah. Now, by a letter dated 15 December 2022, you were directed to attend the office of the special prosecutor, OSP, as a necessary person in respect of an investigation into suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses contained in an investigative documentary titled Galamsey Economy, published by Tiger IPI and the investigative journalist Anas Arabia Anas. By an investigation report attached, the special prosecutor has directed the closure of the investigations at this time. the investigation may be reopened should the circumstances and further facts so dictate. You are directed to disgorge yourself of the cash amount of $40,000 you received as a gift from the undercover agents who undertook the documentary by depositing the cash sum at the OSP at Haile Selassie Avenue, South Ridge, Accra, on or before close of business Monday, 20th November 2023. Signed, Kisie Jabin. O close investigations ni wie no. Eno cho letter koma eye Edubu Ahin say. Macleo, makache Ghana for say, sikana oji na enye bribe. $40,000 na oji na enye bribe. In fact, Ghana for nko BA Act. O we no cho letter koma Edubu Ahin say for 40,000 bra. Fabra in cash. Kisie Jabin. O clear Edubu Ahin wie no. A okache Ghana for say nyina ye Jimmy Edubu Ahin bo okro no. Na investigations na oye investigations nyina wie no. We hu ni say $40,000 na oji no. Enya kro no. But owie no on the 3rd of November and o tro letter come Edubu Ahin kache Edubu Ahin say. Sa sika na ye investigate wo ho am kache Ghana for say wo mbo okro no no. Sa sika na fa breme. Now the question here is, so we see Edubu Ahin, what clear no in your report, in your investigations say he did not commit any crime. Why are you asking for that money? Because if that money, so G and any chrono or boy, why you the OSP office demanding that money? Why were you taking the money? If the money he took in the first place in the documentary wasn't a crime. So what were you taking the money for? Well, and he's taking the money in cash. It is technically Edubu Ahin sikana oji and fabra cash na minkodi. Because you have told us in your report in October that the Edubu Ahin sikana oji no sa sika oji no ombo krono sa sika no bebi anywhere chese obo krono was a prosecutor no into Edubu Ahin nante uwi awasa be chole tame Edubu Ahin so for 40,000 nembra na 40,000 na oji no ombo krono had no over $40,000 nembra. This is OSP's letter. The question here is, why didn't he tell us that he was demanding this money from Edubu Ahin? Why didn't he write in his report that because Edubu Ahin did not commit a crime, I am going to tell Edubu Ahin to bring the money, or he did not commit a crime, so we are not going to take any money from him? Why didn't he write that in his report? Why didn't Kisie Jabin one country say Edubu Ahin ambo krono enti sa sika na ehu so ogene enye krono sika? I didn't know one country Ghana. Now, such a letter will come Edubu Ahin. I didn't one in country Ghana for say, Sa Sikana, you say Edubu Ahin, just a bribe, $40,000. Why didn't he tell us? Why did he even tell Edubu Ahin to even bring it as cash? Cash at the OSP's office to go and deposit at where? Why is the OSP taking cash? Why? The OSP, everything about him is corrupt. Kisie Jabin, every single thing about Kisie Jabin is corrupt. Be a born who be a corruption born who. This letter alone should send Kisie Jabin home. I have more. This letter alone. Sa letter because when a committee is put together, they will ask you in your own investigation. You can say Edubu Ahin because the first one I read this one. You said it clearly in there. You said, in a high political office he occupied, it ought reasonably to have occurred to Mr. Edubu Ahin that his bargain for 20% of the value of the proposed investment and his receipt of a cash gift of $40,000 from the supposed sheikh was outrightly improper. Mr. Edubu Ahin exhibited lack of sound judgment. His claim that he accepted the cash gift to avoid offending the supposed sheikh lies very thinly, and his suggestion of the payment of an appearance fee of $200,000 to the vice president was quite reckless, especially as the vice president was unaware of the business he was conducting and had not taxed him to demand money of whatever description on his behalf. All the indices point to the conclusion that Mr. Edubuahin's principal motivation was his own personal gain, though he intimated to the supposed sheikh that he was driven by potential developmental benefits to Ghana of the proposed investment. Now, say over the next letter I read to you, you said, though the conduct of Mr. Edubuahin amounts to trading in influence or influence peddling, which is closely associated with corruption, there is no actual criminal prohibition of his acts. There is no actual criminal prohibition of his acts, in respect of which the OSP has a mandate to further act. So his action, the money he took, the OSP, after your investigation, you came to the conclusion that he did not commit a crime. Now, if the OSP, after your investigations, you told us his actions that we all saw on camera did not amount to corruption or corruption-related any nonsense, why then do you write a letter to Edubuahin to bring you the $40,000? For what? What crime has he committed? What crime has Edubuahin committed for you, Kisie Jabein, to call him, to send a letter to him to present the cash to you? And you were demanding the cash after your investigations was done. And in your own letter, you told him that you are still thinking if it is necessary to open the investigations. You were threatening him. You were threatening him. So Brofuna or Chokome Edubuahin in this letter, he was telling him, say, one for cash number, maybe investigations, no. That's what he was doing, because when you read the letter, let me expand it. I think the first paragraph, by a letter, or say, by an investigation report attached, the special prosecutor has directed the closure of the investigation at this time. The investigation may be reopened should the circumstances and further facts so dictate. So technically, Kisie Jabein is telling Edubuahin, say, if you don't adhere to what I'm trying to do with you, if you don't follow what I am saying, I have the power to open investigations again. So pay me the 40,000 and let me close the case indefinitely. And that is the code language he was sending Edubuahin. And he was demanding the money in cash. That means you still know the guy is guilty. The case can still be dealt. You can still delve deep. You can still find facts. But you have chosen to do what? Stop the investigations. Yes. You are using your own discretion. At that point, you felt you had to stop the investigations because it suits you. It's not because you need to prove to the people of Ghana that you can find rot. But you decide. You, at your own pace, you can choose to end an investigation. And if you feel some things are not done right, if you feel some people are not collaborating, you will reopen the case. So you see, OSP, he decides people's fate or decided. So technically, this language, he was sending a warning to Edubuahin and his group. Say $40,000 in Fabriam in cash. Why do you demand the money even in cash? Sikani Fambra in cash. Why are you demanding the money in cash? You see, now, Charles Edubuahin and his lawyer wrote a letter to Kisie Jabein, and they said they are not going to pay the money. Why didn't he open the case? I am telling Kisie Jabein to release that letter, or else I will release it. Kisie Jabein, the response from Charles Edubuahin, this letter, or the command, the lawyers of Charles Edubuahin wrote to you and told you they were not going to release the money. Why didn't you open the case? If you don't release it, I'm giving you a week, I'll release it. Me say, the lawyers of Charles Edubuahin, they wrote to Kisie Jabein. And Kisie Jabein said, we are not going to pay the money. Whatever you want to do, do. And Kisie Jabein end to me MBA case review. Now, I'm telling Kisie Jabein, say, release that letter, that response from Edubuahin's lawyers. If you don't release that letter, I will release it. We have been on air for 2 hours, 57 minutes. I got 3 minutes. Near now for 3 hours. I'll be back tomorrow. Me OSP and Kamera resigning on any 2 deputies quietly. James akwari minyamba ne de so me OSP and Kamera resigning and adwi me name 2 deputies resigning. What is coming is shameful. Samedako akurugu kisieja be mommy and Sam me moa. The reason why you are scared to resign is because you are scared of prosecution. There's a lot, and you people don't know there's a lot. So my advice to you, Kisieja Ben, release that response from Edubuahin's lawyers. They responded to you. They told you you're not going to pay. Why didn't you open the case? Why didn't you tell us that you have written a letter to Edubuahin to bring the $40,000? Why did you tell him to bring $40,000 after you have closed the case? If Edubuahin did not commit a crime, why are you now demanding for that money? Is that money yours? I was expecting Anas and his team to be asking for that money. If that money was a gift, you can call your gift back. But why is the person who gave the gift not asking for the 40,000, but you who did the investigations and said he did not commit a crime now demanding for the 40,000? It's a question for you to answer. Upper West Region, all 32 newly posted medical officers yet to report to posts. Oko Upper West, doctors are yap transfer almost omonko Upper West in Kwejumano. 32 ni nyina obi ankoye. In the next month, Oma Bejinan Kran so omo demonstration. Adentra, ye doctor for ye pay a kem. And you know the funny thing, on someone reporting you, they will come back and tell us to say, Oma ye juma 2 months, Oma ye juma 3 months, Omo the allowance a kem, and our buyer has not paid. Now Oma Bayan kwasi a demonstration at distract ya buying. Now, Oko medical doctor say Oko sa school now Jin say Ghana nyina yen krayana. You see, sometimes more sa professionals we know. And you know demonstration sometimes people like us tell you people to go and shut up and sit somewhere because you see your commitment level is terrible. You people are hypocrites. And then we will say, health minister, there are so many health professionals. You post your mako other parts of the nation. They don't want to go. So, unye ready so by juma every part of the nation. Then why do you commit to that? And I say for Dr. Keke, now a buying be pay you unnecessary money. Munyina mo pa allowance akotoka. Munyina mo pe dan padem. Munyina mo pe say from doctors. Munyina mo pe say munyeska. Ba yakase mun koye juma na mo say ha ye kura se menko. Kwasiafo mumubi. Na ye nyina ye metena nkran na ye me doctor for. In any serious country, 32 of you should be sacked. Upper West, because your I'm very sure people have died because of your negligence. Your obia okowa wewu. Your obia onya yarebia doctor ni wonti wewu. Hundreds of people have died because of you people, your negligence and your foolishness. And Samina Health Minister, I will sack all of you. And I'll make sure all of you, your licenses are taken from you. Yes. Samia Health Minister, politicians na almost someone cause the same way so. Politicians na someone cause the same way so. Mia, I will sack each one of you and make sure your licenses have been taken from you for you to go home and go do the job you want. Because how can you be posted as a nurse, as a doctor, to go to another region to go and work? Then you decide when you want to work. Abra Winim say, you not being there, somebody's going to die because the moment you are posted, somebody is supposed to leave that position for you to fail. And these people, some of them, in Ghana, in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time, in 4 months' time, they will come line up in Accra and tell Ghana for say, we are essential workers. If you are not there, Ghanaians will die. But their actions today, it's killing hundreds and thousands of people. In the next 2 months, Oma Baye demonstration say, I allowance to be yentia, and at the end yentia. Now, all this kind of nonsense we are hearing in the system. Mr. Health Minister, publish the faces of all these doctors. Shame them. Put all of their names, put their faces on national television and tell Ghanaians that these are doctors who are supposed to be at post. These are doctors who are supposed to be paid, and they are being paid. I am very sure, say, 32 doctors, all of them, Obia is being paid every single day because it's a government job. They are automatically being paid, and they are going to take this full salary. Their licenses are all supposed to be revoked to prove a point to anybody who is at medical school to understand the say. And yes, Obia be or UGMC. Nobody, and you Obian also Ghana Bank of Ghana Hospital, and you Obian also Confonochi. Some people are supposed to also go to the hinterland and save lives. Now, my doctor, school now, Moko, now, because I'm going to say salad, a sardine, Mubediana. If you people don't want to do the job, get the fuck out of here and let people who are willing to do this job come inside and do the job. Politicians are so muswana, doctors libi Ghana and Kwasiade. Musomuka brochira, Mujina Monaso 18 hours, Muya Jumasam Ponchi. We have seen doctors in Ghana. They go to Europe, America. They don't even pass to be a normal nurse. They don't even pass. 99% of you guys, you travel out of Ghana, you cannot go in and become a medical doctor. You need to be tested about 10 times. You don't even cut it internationally. And so much Ghana, no in you make Ghanaians feel say, we are doctor, we are Yesu. And I'm to Ghana and Kwasha. You doctors more 99% of you when you travel out of this country. Majority of my colleagues are Mobaha, Omabadani, a storekeepers. Omo hospitals, Omushe. Majority of you people call yourself medical doctors. You have killed more people in Ghana than even a traditionalist or Mugufia or Bibidroshan Kofo. It's a fact. So when you have been given the opportunity by a government, Sankamu or any other place to go and Kamu medical school, Kamanko. Some of you, these doctors, Sankamu baby ko musika papa. I don't know to Ghana. It is because this is the only place you can practice a Sao school now. So why are you people making it look like say without you, we are our country? The health minister should set an example. Some of these people are supposed to be sacked, their license revoked to send a message. Now they don't go see someone no. Menoka say obi enyim ebewu ye hia doctor kwasi ampa ibiti akra se me de me nko upper west abofunu na when nko upper west no most of them say white white nam Ghana yen kamasem bra kroma behe ye ne doctors na fa bus ye ne doctors and fa uber mo tete Ghana yen kamasem and enye doctor papa bia na mo ye na Ghana ho. There are exceptionally good doctors in Ghana who are responsible and I respect them, but majority of you people are not supposed to be doctors. You people all know about 80% of doctors in Ghana, you don't cut it outside. 1 week because you are not punctual. Because you don't understand your job. You don't understand the patient is the one paying you. Uko Ghana hospital, Dr. Legend say, or no any patient in favor. And you people work in Ghana and lots of lives are being lost every single day. You people are the ones who are supposed to take the blame. Into unko Upper West, Upper West. Who should go to Upper West? And you, Mr. Health Minister, this is not a position. By Friday, I will follow up on this story. Hospital be a bit Friday, so doctor no report to we will come and put you, the minister, your face on TV and let Ghanaians know you are not delivering. Make sure these people are at post. Don't sit there and do press conference. Don't be a Mr. Nice Guy to anybody. You are a politician. You will be voted in and voted out. It is your work that to prove say you will continue or you know will continue. So we are telling you, if you cannot sack, then we will get somebody to come and sack them. You make these people take advantage of the ordinary Ghanaian. People are dying, and some of these fools are sitting at home in the name of I am a doctor. Go and work. I will say Upper West Menko, Upper East Menko. Now you need to know doctor Juma and can when you Upper West wo. No. And you see, and when we speak like this, now of free biti baby, I ye masa when I walk into any hospital, the kind of doctors are me, nurses are me. Now Mogana for them broche na moye nurses no. I am one country Mogana wana. And you know what hurts? So local champions some na Ghana say doctors, some of them here, they know the standard outside. 70% of them will not be doctors in America. 70% of them will not be doctors in Europe. 90% will not be doctors in Asia. It's a privilege. Yes. For you to be a doctor in Ghana and to be given a license is a privilege. Because when you people travel to places like America, you cannot call yourself a doctor because you don't cut it. And you need to humble yourselves. The same people you can treat them anyhow. No? They are the same people we are taking their taxes to pay you people, to give you allowances, to give you people cars for you to feel say, Mabobra. It's about time, Ghanaians. We need to make people we are not serving them. These doctors, they serve us. So if you listen, you're too big. Only the or a big doctor, only Ghana, non kwa bruches of kwa doctor, or kwa paper, or kwa much. Me say 90% of Ungofo Nam Ghana so be doctors. Kwa brucho me pa much form. Bro, ni bien wo mo abegina so old channel. A few will pass, a few, just a handful will pass, will make it out there and become surgeons. And people like the deputy health minister, Grace Ayensuma, omuya surgeons, don't underestimate them. 90% of doctors in Ghana, they cannot go outside and broni da also on channel, on penny. Mubedru Ghana, mu no nipa. Ye postimu amunko, mu nyina mutete nkran ebo jantra. Sorry, demonstration. We are going to put our tools down. We are going on sit-down strike, and we will not understand. And they did not pay locum, and they did not pay this. Dr. Jumana, I said, Lotto, I'm to Ghana. What me is guy yet? Now, I'm going to medical school. Where was a catering or honor medical school? Where was a carpentry or where was a welding or where was a ABB? Your friend is sewing. And I call medical school. Now, I'm going to medical school. If you have gone to medical school, then it means you are willing to do this job. Baby, you need to work the same way so because soldier. Soldier, do they say I'm not going to go because baby I make kono ebi nzoni wo soldier need you soldier need baby so why is it that doctors are being selective about where they have to post them? Health minister, me I don't know any doctor. It is you I know. If by Monday all these people have not reported, I will come after you. Because every single minute somebody is dying at these hospitals. And some of these idiots are sitting in Accra telling Ghana for some media stream. Oh, bodam. And if a doctor Jumana tour never teaching Katie or US, Ohio, companies will be go, Omamuya polythene bags, Omamuya a plastic chair, Omamuya teaching Katie, Ohio. You need time for this imbecilities. Now, it's exactly 8 p.m. in Ghana. Ko Germany ko Amazon delivery cars no muchichichi. Doctors yo mo Ghana, omo Germany, omo chi Amazon cars. Bra America we omo chichirin, omo okọ CVS, omo no mo hyehyɛ nkate. Ye hu omo de bia. Mu na Ghana for na ye called medical school CS da de ndien. Oba akra aponche kura mani chichira aponche nan. Oba krom ha. Bebre nam Ghana ho aponche na mubu kura ma won chichira aponche nya aponche o ye pet ya de ba hospital kura se aponche na mubu fa bandage ma won fa bandage chichira aponche broni kura mpene mon nam Ghana peje ma beti ade ba ko me time I have traveled I know oko other countries na oko hospital the way nurses and doctors and what na se din komo Ghana doctor trokra wu hu kwase asam nko a o tro ade na wa wo be kan no aka say o do we na trauma me no atro nkwase asam no asoro ko doctor to be gu se nipa guo no watwam bra bro chire be hu doctors papa oba I saw na somon o che konwa na otena wanim obusa so wote sen oni wadi nkomo enso uko hu Ghana ni doctor I say bosom no we muna na nim doctor papa be na wagosia legon doctor Edia doctor papa be pa na wasua motete Ghana hunahuna nkofo mo ma me ne mo papa nom eyare am se dat na brochi na medical care aha de oba obewu doctor to me ka chere ma me se ma obeye den Ghana de oba obewu o se brochi o health insurance ne ye o metuma show doctor to me ka chere ma me so ntena brochi na oba Ghana obewu doctor na ono ne nam Ghana no doctor to me yare no ne yere ne ba fo ka ba brochi se mbe surgery abuofunu wedwa me bagana na yare bom ya mumbo mpande nkume mabremo doctor to bitina Ghana no a friend ma me abrochire ma wo so ba be o retire o bagana be den wo bewu doctor o te Ghana to bi kasa kire ma me e den kwasi asem no what kind of nonsense is that na yetete Ghana doctor yare to be board doctor so me kwa abrochi akohwe me ho aba yes doctor come medical leave ewurade nyakopon munim hu te adekudie ntia mabusuafo gugu abrochi MPP fo nkwasiafo nyina bedi eto yare anya abrochi no koye adekudie ntia eye MPP for titru nkwasiafo gu Germany a omodi 65 68 ntumi mbafia ende omodi retirement aselo mtwitwi bola so ne se onim so oba Ghana doctors ni beku no busa omo ko bronze ne ko bisa ehi omo buburo ukom dem eho bon benkwan edan ba kunipa 8 na tim utwe ho adansan wo weni otwe ha ya hyehye bag ma den ya rebeko Ghana de bia abrochire bola na osesako ono ankasa nipa no wedi 68 70 onko di kromo free by osemenko adan a odim so okwa doctor beku no omuguwa bebre ubehu omo tirem no mai sei we wu da tirem bebre ni nam ha. And they sit there and make it look like, say, yeah, Jimmy, and what is the Ghana, there are so many people who call retirement to Ghana for. They don't have a dime in America. I'm not here. I didn't say, Ghana, Dr. Bekuno, hey, Mina Menko Ghana. And so Tina Numukasa tan. I said, Daddy Lumba, ne fruit da kasi, ne numu tan, and a MPP no, and a NTS, agenda 111, Kwasiafo went to Bensibako. Why would you can to Bronx, can Kwasia 7 and this is the Omo Day, or Jane. Free America better than Ghana. So slow. 70% of Ghana former pension wa bruchira motia Massachusetts, Germany, UK, omutumi kofie, Dr. Bekuno. That is the difference. You people have been given a job to do. So untumi nye juma na walk away. Me hey, so me committed to this job, I will stop. The day I feel say I can't do this again, I will stop. What kind of nonsense is that? Yeah, mama 4 months. We also made demonstration and saying, yeah, we are doctors, essential workers. You know what? They are giving our allowance. You know what? Kwasya someone kwa. Moba brocheswa. Upon chekura na mubu amuntu mimbaneji. Omoja, we will go. Mepa monko strike. Yet ni mo. Eden se mfono no. Health Minister Mr. Kando. Monday, I will follow up on this issue. Monday, I will follow up on this issue. Dr. Bia on report ye Biano. Everybody deal with TV so. We will let Ghanaians know that Sam Kwasiafo way. We don't need. All right, Mr. P. This first, right? Okay. We don't need you to report. They need to take your license away from you and sack you. Go to Abrochire. So bet my practice in Kwasiasem we ha. Now with Abrochire akase koye juma wa ha. O say I menko. Now what in kan di Kwasiasem. Ko hwe na busium o mo bi anna me a doctor. Dr. Papa Ben. Dr. Papa Ben amode to. Ya kasa mun kofi na boyom hyehyemo. Ghana nkwa na doctor to be medical leave wa abrochire. Ne ma me to me kasa ene amako. You see the so we school. And I was start here doctor. You see they say yeah. You see na my pension o. Me be senka me be fie bejuma. Wo se ma die ma member oba obewu. Doctor to me kacha na ma me se na ma me bo obewu. Na wo kɔ no ho no de na be obeku ato atwene. And I'm saying this, it's not all of them. But majority of them, that is it. They go into this job for work, for money. And meaning so many people, I'm studying some of your doctors or Ghana, joining WHO, World Health Organization. They want to belong to an organization and do administrative job. They were not committed to it. They say it's about the money. In China, what they do, they say they look for international organizations, more affiliations for Ghana and Africa. No matter joining Omo. Then they don't want to work with the government of Ghana, but they got all their training from Ghana. They are still owing student loan, but they are working with international NGOs in Ghana and making it look like say we are still in the health sector, but they don't want to contribute directly to Ghana. Inti oba affiliating to WHO, or oba affiliating to UNICEF. So what that is what they do. Iti yes spend years nyina wo so school my allowance mo dia then they move away from adeno mo ka so mo be ya aboaye no na omo be kenten so nkwasiafo. We know all of you. Me I know you people. Me Ghana minim Ghana wo ewrade nyankopon paracetamol doctors ma broche for nkan kira mu omo ba krom ha omo hyehyɛ chips. You can see about doctor for power will chrome hatchemwa. Me say 99% of doctors in Ghana. Broni bien will be in Sase, doctor and woman panier, Woofrey Ghana, be woman panier. Yeah, be me surgery. Oh, bodam. Now, Odiana was your Ghana ho. The reason why you produce a lot of nurses in Ghana, to me, you say, nurse no musia general nurse. In Ghana, when it comes to, and then I can't catch them. The reason why we cannot even ship our nurses, the reason why we are not getting enough from our nurses, and then they say, musia general nurse, Sibia kucha syringe, Sibia a bandage to plate so, Sibia you try your skirt so, Sibia nanti, Sibia you makeup, Sibia Dr. Freya Obejiso, yes, doc, Sibia, a basic nurse no musia. They don't learn anything, they don't specialize in anything. Into social Ghanaian nurses are. When they leave Ghana, the shores of Ghana, number brucha a home care. So person utwasu nurse na RNA also a whole exams for them to check so okay. They don't learn anything. Into a basic nurse nation of Ghana, basic midwifery. Into what happens and they say they cannot use them in any way. Into all shipping as a government, you are shipping them to go and do specific things. You know, the country is asking nurse we don't know better because we don't need a nurse who is holding trays. We don't need a nurse who will be following a doctor. Today, you don't have something like that. Bibi no biasi biama. You say where a nurse or the doctor chikuta tray. Na a drum yense guso. Na strange daso. Na bandage daso. Na doctor fa no afa. Na doctor fa no afa. Where's Linda? Can you get me? Some question some trouble. Doctor no laptop a iPad de kuta no so. O record nyina wo so. Doctor need time to say kofa file we bra. Inti we are teaching basic nursing. We are wasting resource. It's more nursing school in Yinano, Mufri Ghana, Munya Jumanye. I'm telling you, it's what we need to do as a nation is to make sure, say, Omomeko nursing school, they specialize. Into Besoko nursing school, what do you want to specialize in? Into pass it out as a nurse. You are specialized in what? And a state, whatever sticks, you are specialized. So we know where to put you. But right now, we are just pouring the kids into nursing school and then we pour them out and they'll come and do nonsense and say, give us alawa. We have not employed us. We should employ you to go and do what? Home care nurses. I to the basement na brofo. Hello Linda, where are you? What's proud of steps no ba? I obeji $20 an hour. Brody what poso. Oti Ghana near nurse the ababro jiro. Oti where's Linda? Debi oti phone so amako anya izo abrochire. Mami aminiti oh yes sir. Missy o enipo share. Missy if you have been aduani o. On there not something ding me fana na na kwesi park. No bubu pa no amada dabo sa missy ejina we mu a owi na de naba. Into oba no ne anamate into ewia na mape bebia manada na dua no sei mokoni misi de dua no kro ye kra mitimi ni o into se bode bi na mato into se okoda na makochi bi ochihye basement se kura asena me nurse wa Ghana o bodam omo frefre peace fm ni de no asempa no an hello ekua ni mo afre okasa free Massachusetts nkofo de bia or time say ma me otete abrofo toilet no organ area nurse organ oboa de bia otefon so ne kunu mo akwanya agro me say na kobna school na kwesi san kobna so failure egu fado kobna so yesi kobna kwesi san kobna so Jimmy onenam kejetia ye mama mo abrochire mama oba be fa me ye ntiase ne na akwa asekwase yampa bi oso ye rapper anantabi ye de mama mo abrochire oba be fa ye ka me bia kire na onte ko school also onko we fairly onko remedials also onye e na ote won onom red ne ma me wa brochi America ne ma metiti abrofo to oti basement amwa akwesi ha ne ye be ne den yesi ameso ni nkrata o ye be ne den amwa akwesi jina nipo mo ka se nche wakwa brochi nti yesi ha ne ye be den amwa akon osminimo yesi ha na nti awona ibo yesi ha de me kwampo de minim mami ne maba me se ne baba penyin na some den pa oba no busabusa question in some so bi wa menti ase me catch me company composer come change me fa me nko almost ma me ba ku bi so yi eye New Jersey Orange County Kennedy Japan area ho ko ne nke so ye baba ku so nko tena nche 2 weeks no wu ye nti e ma ba ha and when asem be se jai o she basement say kura o de Ghana loan ka we jai we ntua ko tena brochire o so no afre nhira ne aye wa brochire na Muhammad obedan kwase ato NDC for me de akromfo NDC for yesi akromfo yesi o tango for Rollins nkofo e de no metuma yama Ghana on be man na Akufo-Addo ato aso o she basement say apetekura otete abrofo bini A cedi is at 11.26 to $1, and the Ghana cedi no 11.26 to $1. One cedi, $1 11 cedis 26 the Ghana cedis. $1, sorry, $1 11 cedis 26 Ghana cedis. Yes. The person me can say nanka mpesa dollar no by bronya nanka dure bia 13, but 11.26 mentiasie. You see, on a normal day, se wunya enyansafo na edi usua, when the dollar is lingering around 11 and 12 or even 13 around this time, there's no problem about it. So wunya abaya munim nyansa, this is where the dollar is supposed to be. 11, 11, 12, 11, 12, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12. That's where it's supposed to be. Echire abaya omojimi. Echire abanya omojimi eno mutumi tina dollar ho amani kodru 18. Edum kodru 1734. Enti this is okay for Christmas. Oh yeah, we are very happy, Mr. President. We are happy, Finance Minister. We are happy, NDC government. This is even good for us because we have not lost any money. If you ask businessmen today, Obian loses ska because at this point in the day, you predicted dollar no the pace at which it depreciates and the pace at which it appreciates. And that is what economy is all about. If you are able to determine the pace of the depreciation and appreciation of the foreign currency, your economy is good. Because when businesses, investors are able to predict that if I give myself 6 months, I know this dollar is not going to cross 14. I know this dollar is not going to go to 20. Then the confidence is there for that investor to pump their money into your economy. Now, that is what was lacking under Abozege, NPP, any Sankwasi Aforumedi. Investors were scared because the next day you wake up, the dollar will move from 11 to 43. The dollar can move from 11 to 15, and that was the fear. Now, my Ghana economy is struggle. This is nothing. To be very honest with you, we have seen worse. We have seen dollar appreciate about 30% in a day. We have seen some before. One single day, dollar to me appreciated 30% under MPP and the Kufuado. When the dollar is at 11.26, the NDC came into office January 7th, 2026, sorry, and NDC for 1 year abemu. They picked the dollar at 1784. 1784. $1 was 1784. In less than a year, they have brought it all the way down to Ekodu 9 kra. So if the dollar is at 11.26, no big deal. No big deal. And it means Grandpa say we still have enough room. That means the government is doing too much. Wama ye kra broso, just say abroso, inshana broso. So we really appreciate the government. Say ye bedi bronya pa na dollar pa ewo under 12. Inti ye di bronya kwa na dollar no 12.30 kra, it's not a big deal. Ye di bronya na dollar no kra $1 is to 12.30 Ghana cedis kra. It's not a big deal. And if the dollar is at 11.26, I would like to tell the government say they are really doing well. They are basically helping investors. Ghanaians are now beginning to see the difference between Nkwasi Aban and Aban Papa. Now, I keep hearing the NPP guys say, especially Kojo Ponkruma, and or person just NPP monetary economics. Nkwasi Afo, Kojo Ponkruma di Oforia Techibe 6 years to say Akwara Junso Edeno. No Junso Oforia Tabe the Deputy Finance Minister. Kojo Ponkruma obi esusu joint we to my so banking closure na Ponkruma kan. And the Kojo Ponkruma to Ghana, Bank of Ghana, omun create any exceptional policy bia, omudi save dollar. No, they are pumping money into the economy. That is why we want the Bank of Ghana to keep pumping money. Even having the knowledge, say, if I put dollar in here, it is not going to basically make my money, weaken my money, no, then that alone is thinking enough. And I said, we were honor a Jimmy for going to manye. Upon Kroma. You knew say you could pump money into an economy to stabilize the economy. Why didn't you do it? So if the Bank of Ghana is going to pump money into the economy every month, I am happy about it. As far as that money they are pumping into is our money that nobody is chopping. And so far, per Kojo Ponkumani MPP, no, the Bank of Ghana is not doing anything exceptional. They are pumping money. America creates America, the United States of America. So our economy, no, all because they know, say, the moment a man solves our problem, no, economy will crash it. Into Ghana as a third world country, If the Bank of Ghana, the finance ministry, at a point they feel say dollar ho short here, ebema dollar ho kwa atwa ebema dollar price na kosra, they need to make sure they monitor dollar. Say dollar no air short pe no pompi bi agum na dollar ne stabilize the economy ni sa na e no baby a on tiase a wa ban ba na wa ye bi abuofunu. Opa wa ban ba dollar no opese dollar di gina koton koko ene obi enfa obi ahụ. Mopa MPP mo power na mo de mo pesa dollar ni gina muntwa ni party muntwa MPP 40 na mo fa gogo abosom so na NDC for say mo na mo kan mo say NDC for air pump sika. We have no problem so far. Ghana ni bia complaining here ana obi a complaining Anderson betena Bank of Ghana na no achia obetena ho 60 billion or say eyeka say yekasaye kojo pon kruma ponosha to and onam Ghana kan kwasem. You defended Anderson, you defended the Bank of Ghana. You the same piglets. You were all over the place defending a governor, a bank, a regime that said 60 billion is gone. Ira. Then the Obia Banos 60 billion only or the Pompeo economy now also want to ask here at forcing. And I'm speaking to the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Yadi Ejuma Mao say ya. Me ma edan say ya. What I will do is say I will come and check say edana wusino sebio enye edanya eye week ebedwiri egu. It is also the 100 bags of cement AC. Na me banam be wusa all the 100 bags of cement AC. Na se me yet test na mu se edani gina ne naso. At the end of the meda. Na se a cement na use no onwie bi. Na se odi si dana I don't have a problem. So Ghanaians we don't have any problem. If the Bank of Ghana is going to pump dollar into the system to stabilize the economy, to stabilize businesses, to put confidence in investors, the Bank of Ghana should do that for 42 years. What's the crime in putting dollar into the system? What's the crime? I'm still yet to see the crime in that. The MPP, Kojo Ponkruma, I am still yet to see the crime say a government or the Bank of Ghana decide say they are going to pump dollar into the system to stabilize the economy. Me person people say what is the crime? Say crime woman monfa Bank of Ghana governor in court. If there's a crime, if it is not a crime, then it's a policy. It's a strategic policy. Say, Obien to me go document be a Ghana for say, the governor of Bank of Ghana, the finance minister, they have come together, they are pumping dollar into the system. Is it a crime? If it is not a crime, then they are doing a good job. Unless it is a crime. But as far as it is not a crime, then the Bank of Ghana governor and the finance minister are not doing anybody any bad. They are helping Ghanaians because you gave them a job, stabilize the city. They are stabilizing the city. You told them to stabilize the city. We gave him a job. We told Bank of Ghana governor, stabilize the city. We told the finance minister, stabilize the city. They also have a strategy of stabilizing the city. Abroad, the piano, we go to the Fahobain. Many the Mianese and the Nyama Boko form, and the Ghana Eka, the Eba form, and the dollar no Yanton is 17. And then here, I'm a economist. 99% of Ghanaians are not economists. They are not a Bank of Ghana workers. That is why we have given it to some people. To say, do it and make sure the dollar does not get to 17 because in Kwasiafobi ba no, to me anye ema dollar need do 17. In Tinkofo we said the strategy is to pump dollar into the system and to make sure they have enough gold in our reserve as a backup. What crime have they committed? Into me person busa MP before. Where is the crime? There's no crime there. Then shut up like pigs. And let the Bank of Ghana governor and the finance minister let them work until you prove to me that there's a crime has been committed. Because at this point, if there are shocks, say BBC, now say you say a shocking your economy now. That is why the Bank of Ghana is making sure they are keeping enough gold in our reserves. Gold in our what they call Dubai, oil. No, so gold in the Bank of Ghana is keeping some. Bank of Ghana is keeping enough gold. Send you some crazy shocks. They can at least use those gold as a backup. Mumu Jimmy yenti mudi gold for oil on the buy no. Mutam gold nam de good plane mu. Nam mudi good ship nam de akod Dubai some ko top petrol en kwasiafo. Now Bank of Ghana for no mobile and almost mumu Jimmy here. They are not going to left the gold, take to Dubai and go buy diesel. They are going to save some and then keep some in forex. Into gold na ye nyano, ye keep gold be any SSB into dollar and ye keep it into dollar reserves. Into at this point, where is the crime? Until somebody is able to prove to me, say, a crime is being committed. If no crime is being committed, then the Bank of Ghana governor is doing his job. Because if this wasn't a crime, why didn't you people do it? Unless to you people it's a crime. And if to you people, if it is a crime, then come and explain to us what makes it a crime. If even the Bank of Ghana today comes out and say, officially, we want to put this dollar into the system, where is the crime? You see, Debbie Amika people before say, your place is in opposition because more Jimmy, the number of people who follow you know, almost smart enough to understand say, mu Jimmy omo. And people like us, as far as we are around, you know, we are not going to allow idiots like you to misinform the people again. And this is an assignment to Kojo Ponkroma. It's an assignment to the NPP piglets. We want you people to tell us, Bank of Ghana putting dollar into the system, or your own words, pumping dollar into the system, is it a crime? Now, if it is not a crime and it has consequences, let's wait. When the consequences come and they are not able to solve that consequences, then we will tell you that, okay, then we're making a mistake. So far, so good. So far, so good. In this also unya power. Don't pump dollar into the system. Take the gold and go to Dubai and go and give it to them and tell them to give you oil. So this is where the dollar is, 11.26, solid. We are happy about it. At least Endu 17. At least Enchemunko 20. You these same people told Ghana for Mahamani and this power. Dollar need yebedu 20 and the dollar was 11. Mahamani and this power. Free SHS yebechum and the free SHS ye. Mahamani and this power. Ghana sika se messay and the yeka yetia. Mahamani and this power yenya kwambia and the ye a kwine mamo. Someone per se ye kwine more MPP for. It wanga naturally mojimi. Ghana, you're saying that John Mahama Ba on to Missy Hospital and there more agenda 111 more catcher say Maha Ekufu Jimmy into Manya into Mahama nye. Mumu and Chamuau. Now, Mr. S, get me inflation. Inflation has dropped all the way to 18. And I'm a what, Mr. S, Mr. P. Inflation, you people left inflation around 23 or 54. And the inflation wing, and the inflation above form. We are talking about even a year the interest rates. Mr. S, get me interest rate and get me inflation. Muja interest rate no way. And the okobo besia or banker. Nana the danko kufuado anybody umiate so ese bago miaye economist no. Kojo upon kuma ni titadwe se before shoe no. Monkanjen se ba umiate so no. Na interest rate at the same. Na interest rate nam 32%. And the interest rate is below 18% in less than 1 year. Now inflation, I'm saying, ukodo upon kuma utitagwe se before shoe. Time and now what is so now inflation and I'm 54%. And the inflation and I'm saying, Obakaja got also with economics. Intianya de yen to abamamu. Na be finance minister. Na fi sika koto pono ad ewo California ko hwe. Oje say Jimmy ohun. And the inflation, single digit inflation ye wom. I think 8 or 9. Single digit. You carry your budget inflation and I'm 23. At a point, inflation went all the way to 54%. And the foolish people like you spend all your monies on pornography and suits. A Jimmy for you see, porno ni suit na you reach mine. But you say porno any suit any reach mine. Upon kuma utik tagwe se abe for shoe. I bet now you know, and the Bank of Ghana is pumping. Bro, fu ni reach mine ke kufu kwasi ampe you in ma Ghana nye heaven. Bro, fu and the register maya, a coup for the question penny, and Kwanya Ghana say heaven. Yet the Yanson a church mine. Oh, we got Mamma Church team, thank you very much. Let me put this on the system. Messias, I need inflation. In fact, me team this I mean reading running chemo. Could you punk man any MPP? Sir, John for one about Mumusam yatse, o say. Bank of Ghana pompi sike system nim and at the end a crime and amumuso almost a crime and they cannot give you an answer. Now let me read the law. I mean kind running chemo ejimi for the strategy is to pump money and we will pump money. It's all about the Ghanaian. I yen reading am chechim currency intervention or FX intervention. We ayamra yen jum kwasia for the dollar is at 11.26. It's so good. Mo kwate don mo when say jamo mi jinamo so. Emrani said, this is when Yakasa currency intervention or FX intervention. Bema amena oti eyede infanko ba no. Ono enya obrofo aka nkan hia no. De hia ne se nyoma kofom. De hia ne se sibia na nyoma mu ayedin no, nyoma aba fom eni ne hia no. Aban ne ye nsa eno ana ope. Ujimi alete nkan keka brofo de fa no ho. Ba me kan brofo ne dwudwam. another pre odwan wait ho and John Mahama odwan funu and I'm saying kwasi ade when I'm the power. Oh another pre utipen a silly boy like you another pre oh kura wonje another pre oh to say odwan onje. And na John Mahama odwan funu no odwan funu could be president na odwan funu onim nyansa che about na no so odwan a wewu no onim nyansa che ba omia odwan funu oda kwan ho onim nyansa che ba omia because ba omia mu na fiki oye nkremoni on kan okre enti Allah ohun se preku. You people have no idea. Mo kasa ne kasa bi twimu pe na mo bu ofu nkwasiafo ma me say John Mahama na wo frɛ no odwanfunu no odwanfunu ho mfa so chen eye de munafiki nkremoni on kan okra Allah ehun se preku kokan Quran ne tie ade a onyankopɔn Allah the omnipotent ade a ochiri nkremoni on kan okre o say ada sebio obede obegina sa nipa de nimu no onhwe de nim obetwe na sete se preku enti se John Mahama odwanfunu a odwan a oyefunu no nyansa chen nkremoni on kan okre te se ba omia enti kremoni munafiki te se ba omia no he is lesser of a human being than odwanfunu enkwasiafo efinfiri bonu mba eka bi kira na modwa nipa didi atem wo anodom pre wo a wonje weni mu finse bola kaase wo a wonje mukeka nkwasiasem ayese monya members of parliament mukosia MPP nwan na you people talk as if say e binigumutirim ye ka bi kira na mubu ofu now yankin kan mra no nwan. Now, this is when a central bank, like the Bank of Ghana, sells foreign currency, usually USD, into the market to, you see, you can be a currency intervention or FX intervention. You see, say Bank of Ghana, say, dollar, foreign currency. The reason why it is dollar, they say, we deal in dollar a lot. Dollar, when they decide to sell foreign currency into the Ghanaian market, and then Moka say, Oma pompe dollar nego system nimuno. You see, one, increase dollar supply. The issue of demand and supply, and they say dollar no ebini system nimu more, and then abochi to me determine the price on the market. And they say dollar extra to a market nimua. What is going to happen? They say nipa bibre eko no munsaka dollar no mudu kusia. Na sa dollar ni system nim na abochi abulai enkwa na what dollar okoro ho so $1 100 Ghana. Unibia ko umami 100 Ghana ko. So abochi hijacks the dollar. That is how the dollar rate goes up. Now the Bank of Ghana wants everybody to get decent access to the dollar. Somebody cannot determine the price of dollar in the market because the determination of dollar in the market, it should not be determined by somebody alone. It should be determined by the Bank of Ghana through the import and export activities. Until nobody can sit in the market, sit in a shop and say, and the dollar metono $1 is to 60 Ghana. No. Into the Bank of Ghana person obienya access to dollar, no, at least decently, no. They put dollar in the system. It will not be hijacked. Some people will not monopolize dollar, no. And intina Bank of Ghana who say ebia system no dollar nim na ni pebi person hijack dollar na because it's a demand and supply thing we are talking about here. Then they sell dollar into the system. The dollar number system no mo adwene say be ma dollar boy din na amanfo edwetre nyina komu now obi a spending $100 million enya ebia $10,000 obi a spending 100 million cedis enya $10,000 no and they spending 50 million cedis to get $10,000 meaning that person can export more. That is what the Bank of Ghana does. And when there is enough dollar in the system, the cedi stabilizes. The dollar is not able to overshadow the cedi too much. That is the intervention. Abai is intervening, or Abai is doing what? Intervening in the FX. Abai no air try to help the market. Is it a crime? No. Secondly, reduce pressure on the cedi. The second reason the government decides to put dollar a little bit in the system to stabilize the dollar and say, Emma cedi nimbre. Basana, $1 is to 60 Ghana. What will happen is $1 is to 11 Ghana cedis. That means the cedi is still strong. The cedi can still work because now when you convert cedi into dollar now you will not have enough of a deficit. That means it's a Adia when about Omianimuno or no book no can with Jimmy. Now the third one, stabilize exchange rate volatility. So what happens in say the Bank of Ghana monitor system no a dollar nim obi person hijack price no obi person ma dollar boko sura not the sika kakra guma. What happens in say dollar no we say ejina 11.26 now about 10 both about 9 now about 11 we say entise ekufuado time now about umia time now to make $1 or 11, and they now 14 because they did not have the intelligence to understand. Say they need to monitor the movement of the dollar. It's all about stabilizing the economy through the intervention by the Bank of Ghana by putting or selling FX or foreign currency to the Ghanaian market. That's all. This is economics, basic economics 101. Where Musiano Presec. We're simple. Inti check scale of preference now. You just look at what will help you. They here and say idea fata. That is why the Bank of Ghana sits. Inti mibuza kojo upon command MP before say for the Bank of Ghana to intervene to stabilize the dollar to make sure that there's no pressure on the cedi. Is it a crime? It is not. At the end of the day, the same money that we have is the money we are using to stabilize the economy. Where did we commit a crime? Nobody has committed a crime. Inti obian to Ghana and say Bank of Ghana pompe dollar gum. Is it a crime? It's not. Now when you read common terms used in Ghana. Dollar injection, forex market support, Bank of Ghana FX auction or intervention, liquidity support in the FX market. These actions are often part of broader monetary policy. These actions, in a currency intervention, a monetary policy, a Bank of Ghana bia and I say Federal Bank bia to be taking. Anything about America, they can also take a decision sometime. Sometimes to be taking decision say you see a dollar. The reason why they want to do that is they want to make sure they monitor the strength of the dollar. And it's because now America they trade dollar and they have nobody because they also know at a point they have to do what? They have to intervene. A basic. It is not a crime. During your era as MPP, you were supposed to do the same. But what you people were doing was that you were stealing the dollar. Na bedie to tam dollar. Oforia ta tam dollar. Ukojo ponkro na mu wia dollar. Na mu di sie ofie. Samuel Abujinapo, now the dollar go polytank. Now mu dollar, mutumiko Bank of Ghana, na makotisa dollar gu we borrow mu, na mu di kofi. So how are you going to intervene? How are you going to make sure the dollar basically or the city does not come under pressure? Because the dollar we need to use in stabilizing the system. No, mu dollar no. Ekufuado wia, Gabi wia, Bedie to wia, Oforiate wia, Opon Krume wia, Obi wia, inti ebede ni nya dollar e dey stabilize the economy no. Every economy in the world, ye the sika dey stabilize the economy. It's a fact. Ye the anam the yinam, ye the sika e dey stabilize the economy. So when tuma for sika share economy no, the economy will not stabilize. Inti opese Bank of Ghana stabilize the economy no, omunya den, what should they do? What should Bank of Ghana do? If you want Bank of Ghana to stabilize the economy, what should they do? And that is what they cannot tell you because owing him that intelligence to know. We gave you 8 years. You could have stabilized the economy. You could not stabilize the economy. You could not stabilize the economy. Motina Ghana na Jimmy Sebia na makweshe a Vietnam for suit to be Vietnam suit to be na mabetina TV so can kwasi asem. This is simple. There is no economy in the world that any can destabilize the economy. No economy. The American government at a point or the dollar and the system economy stabilize is a fact. It is about how prudent you are. It's about how open, transparent. It's about you not being stupid and using the money. When the Bank of Ghana and the MPP comes to tell us to say, Omaboka 60 billion, you ask them, nobody could give you an answer. Sikana yasino. And these are the questions we are asking you people. It's not about Bank of Ghana is pumping. If Bank of Ghana is pumping dollar, which belongs to us, into the Ghanaian market, what's my big deal about? What's the problem about it? Is it a crime? Dollar no good system, any dollar. Oh, problem is saying. Mo share Vietnam suits. Ya no Gucci man. Na mo betina TV so I say munim nyansa chen obi a. Most of the Croatia monsa 8 years. We gave you this economy. We gave you this country. We gave you the free hand to make sure that the dollar is at 11. You could not get the dollar at the dollar na mamo 3.4 or 3.2. Upon kruma utita dwese abefo chiam issue. Utita dwese abefo chiam issue. Yet the dollar na mamo at 3.20. Ufri dollar, ufri abamuno. Na dollar no what na was 17. Oh, chire me de menye and stabilize the economy. What about them? Are you people? Are you insane? Me say me minimum economics. Economics minimum chain ba womia. Ah, right nyakopon. Masa. Nipa na enka so me economics basic economics nyansa ye chechire man minimum chain ba womia. Na ba womia economics nyansa be no nim. Ni thesis otro fa elections ho. Ba womia ni economics bia. Enkwasiade John Sam Jimmy yankosa daddy boaben no ena Jimmy Sam na Jimmy Kasa na Syria Basa tantan bi mokui lifestyle bi. The guy does not have basic knowledge about economy. The guy does not have basic knowledge about economy. This is simple. Me per se MPP for I am giving all of you piglets an assignment. I want somebody to prove to Ghanaians and say pumping dollar into the system to stabilize the dollar is a crime. Me per se me. If it is not a crime, then shut up, you piglets. Now, Shadia, what is this? This is inflation. Today, as we speak in Ghana and the NDC, inflation in 2025, October, about 9.4, single digit in September. Inflation rate drops to 8.0. In September, now we're 9.4, and the inflation was 8%. Inflation 8%. And the MPP, kojo ponko ni shoe, ni tika kraka se abeyfo chia mi shoe. Now inflation under you, when you people were leaving office, now the 54. Inti nyansa we nyina gumitirim na montuma fa ama inflation am bedru 8. Na nyansa we nyina gumitirim. Inti mo a moteto a moka opon kroma e na de a mosem na moye MPP fo a moka finance no. Na nyansa we nyina wo mutirim. E na inflation kodu 54 no. E na dollar kodu 17 no. Inti nka moka se na yenye den yafa Ghana mamo ana. Mo wana bo Madwina say I do issue do mo anti enti yenya den yema ba omi president no be den I've given you people an assignment until you people answer. Obia need the right to talk about economics in Ghana. You don't have the right to speak on the Ghanaian economy, from the piglet sisters to the piglet brothers. I have given you an assignment. Is pumping or selling the dollar or putting the dollar in the Ghanaian market by the Bank of Ghana, is it a crime? We want to know. If it is not a crime, then what is your fucking problem? Then shut up and go watch porn. Kojo porn kroma. Shut up and go and watch porn and put some baby oil on your left side. Obon kroma, pe baby oil bisi wunchen. Na kohwe porn because baby ye do no enye concert ni you. Oje say Jimmy titini bi na ye ba be san kwashe de bi wo ha na. Team, stay with me. There's something I want to address today. And Andrea Mekabi for this man, Augustine Edubofo. And I applauded the president. It's exactly 10 p.m. in Ghana. Obeshe, Onshe. Kevin Taylor ba, Obeso Tienu Kreno. One share so I won't mean that. My sa so for more Ghana, Papa Nya come boom. One shot. When Tia Kevin Taylor want to mean that. Hey, Kevin Taylor. You see, I might just first part na your SS and GSS near T Mensa Utabo. No, hey, Satani who be that. Hey, Utabo, so I'm a fair pen. Mensa Utabo. King, near Titi Utabo. You need to understand, Mensa. That time you know your business near him, Mensa. Mensa Utabo. That time, no. Your friend is showing the saying, show Mr. S, Mr. P, Mensa Utabo showing about the radios. Your friend is saying, hey, Satan, not here with you. Some news a dear businessman. Sure, your friend said, Mr. S, tell me before I move on. Mensa Utabo show now your radios. Your friend is saying, your friend showing the saying, more can't me. Oh, Mr. S, what's the name of the show? Show be na no your radio. So join news be na your boy near TT, Show your friend is saying, Mr. S, get me the show before. What's the name of Mensa Utabo show? Oh, I want to just speak on it like 1 minute before I move on. Hey, Mensa Utabo, I'm Mafia Dipatu. The living word. King, king, king. The living word. King, king, king. The living word. That time, no boss. Yeah, boys. Yeah, see. So menso tabo. Onu kwane nim nyankopon. We see Bible no. Sa kwani businessman, fantini businessman. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to the Living Word. My name is Dr. Mensa Otabo. King, 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 king. Today's episode is entitled, The Elephant is Strong. Say after me, the elephant is strong. Now we are taking our quotations from Ecclesiastes chapter 63, verse 24. Ecclesiastes chapter 63, verse 24. But before I go into the quotation, this morning, I was having a devotion and I was thinking about something. Hey, Otabo, open politician, or ya had Otabo. Acquire politics. You see, I was this morning, I was meditating. And you know, life, sometimes the boss, come here. Me picture them ways, sometimes I'm Otabo. My swear, I don't go. Come here, Dimia, my any show. Mitio tabo, a hot answer. Onim Yesu akumem, onim de Nyankopon be ye tie na ekwan e befa so no ye benya sika ewiase nyina ba be share na ase enti enidi ye ne tie menso tabo. My brothers and sisters, you need to understand, you need to see life in a different perspective. Now, when you read the Bible, it always tells us as the children of God, we need to always focus behind the lens. Now, I know you are confused about the lens because obviously people think when you wear the lens, you have to look through the lens to see your life. No, but you need to focus behind the lens. So my first chapter today, I'll be stressing on is focusing behind the lens. Yes, you have to wear your pen. But when I'm going to go, why attentive? Now you don't just go you know. Focus lens behind. Are you done writing? Yes. Now, the reason why I said businessman, wako pam curtains na washe. Washe curtains. Sana taya kanya no bank or to bank board. Hey, washe curtains, pam curtains na washe say Nigeria for tuma. Curtains and Nigeria for pam curtains. Debi o curtains for no mune curtains ba kwa ba no muni ba. Yes, roro o shesu no up and down. San Fantini. Otabo manyina ko school abrochire watoto dan wo Virginia menzo otabo na ojujum na ye di na jimi for gu ase o ma twi pen and paper otua na light bill otua the rent adjuma also ye na sika ba no onye otabo be kire nyansa. So my brothers, I'm telling you, the living word is not just for anybody else, but let me tell you, God has already said in your life, when you proclaim and profound, you possess your possessions. And I think you didn't hear that. When you proclaim and profound, you possess your possessions. Because God, as the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, they have been there to protect you and your thinking. So when you look through or behind the lens, you look deeper. Let us read John 16:23. So I got the business, not yes. How many things? What types of master power? Obon papa me do, and a Duncan me do Bia me do Duncan Williams me do Menso Tabo me do San Cranchankra me do Ajinasari me do Eastwood Anaba me do Prophet number 1 or Obambo Prophet 1 me do only go me do Chen will be Obambo me feel it Ankasa and I want be on me dono and I me do Prophet be this Bernard Prophet Bernard or Power FM. Me refinity some man of God be a very very good or a pastor be no or Power FM. Or a friend Professor Santiana. I like that man so much. I say Uchapon Kibika Krebisa, some very nice man be Prophet Asante. May follow the Kakra, very 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 smart guy, very very Prophet Santiana. I also me don the power. There are so many prophets I saw for me domo nyina. But to be our story. All right, now I showed you this yesterday. Opambo, me feeling it. Now this is the letter na meka ho asem, and it's simple. Ghana Revenue Authority way and a transfer letter of Augustine Edubofo. Ya transfer no. The transfer letter ni NEA. And na meka che the GRA boss. I was telling him that Augustine Edubofo is high voltage or a dangerous. Almost transferred back to Koforidua because Naya the Nako Koforidua I was here then come back. Finally, the GRA boss, my investigations and we say it is true. Augustine before needs to be taken back to Koforidua. Into a year the transfer letter no NDA. And I would like to thank the president. I would like to thank GRA boss. I would like to thank Eye Impenifua Omutia Omunim say the government of the day John Mahama Baino. We are not going to allow anybody to do what? To disgrace or mess this government up. I did not call for his sack. I called for their transfer because he had already been transferred. And now, the finance minister and the GRA boss brought him back. So I told the finance minister and I told the GRA boss, it is better they take the guy back to Koforidua because on China will be here. So this is his transfer letter. Augustine Dubofo, GRA. GRAA 001429 CRO, Customs Division, Post Clearance Audit Department. Dear Mr. Edubofo, posting. Oshe, reference number now HRM 10037. That is the reference number HRM/100/39. That is the reference number. HR department and the release letter no. Now what kind letter now? Augustine before ne transfer letter ne any. Dear Mr. Edubofo, posting. This is to inform you that you have been posted from the Post Clearance Audit Department to the Koforidua collection. This posting takes effect on Monday, 1st December 2025. You are to report to the sector commander, Koforidua collection for further directives. Kindly hand over your current schedule to the officer in charge, Post Clearance Audit before reporting at your new office. By a copy of this letter, the sector commander, Koforidua collection is kindly requested to inform the undersigned of your assumption of duty not later than 15 December 2025 to enable us update our records. We wish you all the best. Yours faithfully, Amma Randolph, Deputy Commissioner, HR, and I almost signed letter away. As we speak, Augustine Edubofo has been transferred officially back. The second transfer, he has been taken back to Koforidua. Nobody, Obiani, Ghana, or your public servant, whether you are an appointee, whether you are a minister, nobody should dare try anything to embarrass John Mahama. Makase, I am the firewall. My job is to make sure John Mahama succeeds. My job is to keep the NDC in power for 42 years. My job is to make sure Obia on your ready say obedi no kre. And I have told appointees, NDC appointees, me you dangerously daring. So who ye Juana waju say opesa wo de waju sisi John Mahama esisi Ghana for you will go. And there are some people I'm molesting and I am watching you people. And the day I'll flip, my listing and I know that this president, Wakacha Ghana, he wants to serve. He wants people who are willing and ready to serve with him. Only 1,000 eyes. We have the eyes. We will help the president to serve the Ghanaian. So he should return. Augustine Edubofo is returning to Koforidua. He needs to go back and work there as a collection officer at the collection department. So that is the story of the day. Muhunu headquarters Biema. Any day, Amamano from letter also on the 1st. By the 15th day, also making sure to start Juma. Into Augustine Edubofo. Right now, the whole Ghana, Obianim see a transfer with Accra. We don't want to see you in Accra again. We don't want to see you at the GRA office. We don't want to see you at Temaport. Go to Koforidua. Omamo Koforidua, I don't change. And I'll follow you. Koforidia's made deal with Chiabaho. I am going to follow you to make sure, say, you don't go and invest for Koforidua for no. I am following you to Koforidua. I'm going to make sure, say, Koforidua and Sokoha, Ubeye Jumano, you are not going to go there and set up another clique to do your thing. Into Koforidua for now, I am monitoring. Story I saw today, I want to speak on, and it's got to do with the expressway. Because who video be a year yeni ankasa ye uncle penyini ye friend no a year adakabre na oka about the expressway ye free in kramemu edi akotwem nkuro bebre so akopie srem. Now sa assembly president bebeka ye no nsem bebre akoso na ofa Adakabre in his attempt to clean Bantama MP Senso Boachi asebio ye de enim se ye papa mpanifo yi edwuma moya ano no se politicians omokodi nsemhunu na ewosem ma Ghana fo esope omo na asebio ye tia omo no na asebio mu de enyini ene adwene protect akronfo ene politicians omumbu Ghana fo ade ya che na de bia meka che menuanom mpanifo ana me wofa no ma menimu ye adwuma we se enkosi da ben edum pempenso bia na asebio ye the business ato nchen kakra na yaka no kura no se ne tie a kire Ghana fo Adakabre ye nipa bia mebuni pa menene ni problem bia na me ko hu ni video bia na oka expressway no ho asem me pesa me bo na me react to video no now because of the respect I have for him I'll be very careful with the kind of words I'll use when addressing this matter but nyome bakum yenu bi okan na I was very disturbed and I was disturbed because of one the experience or journalism and a sebio na adwene a emu do echen me if we say me hu ni say oyepanyini and me hu ni say dwuma was start here no na bia me kura me ba ho intimatie no so me kwara brembetim demre and I can tell the authority say sebio nyanse dan tim no I wasn't expecting him to make such a statement when it comes to the expressway
na azinyina bubu na nsoso ukojina hwa
Intiba musa say asem ne kra ne saying anopa tututu Adakabre Abetna TV so catch president say on assure ono ene nkofo mutie ne say Kumasi kwana ye ye nyina nim say ye no president Abeka say another idea say an express road needs to be constructed send a pressure na Kumasi kwan no ye wia ebeteki no sa pressure ni bi no ebekọ that side ebetumi easy the traffic now utie ne kasemu a Adakabre kasa okanyina say o say 4:30 and everybody in Ghana knows say when it comes to traffic and I say rush hour on our main roads whether in America, in Asia, in Ghana on Fridays at 4:30 there is nowhere in the world or in Ghana ubetumaka say utu kwanya you will not meet crazy traffic, especially a road which is under construction. Sa e kwanya Adakabre say Kumasi a road na offer or a kwanya offer so ediako Kumasi no or start 4:30 or 2 or ranka car mu or ka time akodu midnight 30 ni nyina no. There is nowhere a road which we all know is deplorable. We all know, say, it is a road that, as say, we have all been talking, say, yam fix here, machines gusua, jumano. There is nowhere construction air coastal road that anybody can use 4 hours or 5 hours to get to Kumasi. There's no way. For the past 8 years to 9 years, Adakabre Atna Ghana, he has seen Sa Equino how the previous government did not even pay attention because anka for 8 years no sanka NPP abani ye na adwene se sa kwan no be ya anka ende ka jo mahama ba ya oka expressway na sem no anka enya obi anwawa ana meboa because anka ba beto ekwan ya ye wie and anka no so ka se ende meso be express na kan anka enya ntokwa but for 8 years Adakabre wenyini cham you ade oti radio so ha hanani ken enya se bia medi na tem but yenim se ni nyina ye adwuma ni nyina ye to make some people feel say nipa bi nyo mo adwuma to create an impression say I was say a can sembi man nipa bi dwene say aban no enye hwe fine it's its own opinion but the another Adakabre ye no ho no say see an assurance from the government now from the day aban we by power in June I remember in June 2025 satana NDC aban edi aban mu less than 7 months Adakabre ene eyedien ne nkofo a ose odi omanim a omutwi ka wo Ghana ekogina insawom ofankonsawom kwan so ka kire Ghana for say omo ye demonstration etia ye contractor ne aban say aban a make sure say oma ye kwan na for 8 years Adakabre ene ni group a omokoye sa demonstration in June this year no omo nyina hu that gridlock sa traffic for 8 years. We all saw it. From Nsawam all the way to Ayadien of Anko to Kumasi. Adakabre ne VIP for ne car for they never demonstrated. And this about power 6 months pepe. And Adakabre mu said Abi the contractor ni yene de enye se see an traffic in court traffic ma inti omuko jina eye. This was in July 2025. Omuko bo nchenku ewo ekwan na ye construction was to say aban no say aban na ma ye kwan sisi a omu cars nyo meje wo a block kwan no Adakabre we yawo papa we the picture that ho no o lead the same people that time na aban abeto contract na aban abeto contract ye dey ama yemfa yensan kae aban abeto contractor yentua contractor ka aban abeto contractor na onim ne left from right aban abeto contractor na aban enya sikampontu ni bottom. And so Adakabre and the boys no ekojina kwan ho ye demonstration. Eka kire Ghana for say ono the VIP cars na ekọ Asantememu bankran no ono na ye omo chairman inti say John Mahama aban na enimanim ye na anya kwan na amomo a enya de omepene. This is the record. Now Adakabre Frimpong Manson bibia na ogina in 6 months MPP ba NDC ba power. Onwe kwan na endram de kire wo no. In less than 6 months be no and then a quite Endra no. Besides, get me Endra video no. Now I want to prove something. Maybe somebody can be bitre at Adakabre. On say, besides I have it. The same place are not Ojina air demonstration 6 months at NDC bar power no. 6 months will end there a quine in ye.
We're back on the road to make it.
Now after 6 months. Baby, in foot na kufu adu jai na okojire mu so oye demonstration etia John Mahama aban no. In less than 6 months, this is the road you are seeing. Now the same person betina radio so catch the Ghana for say John Mahama say ne aban no sa ekwan we ya omo ye de akokuma asi bi atoa so no. Oba be express road another one na connecting in Kronkitingiti na Adakabre say John Mahama sure no. Ene ne nkofo omo ye MPP for say sa express road now what boss so obey no and kire say oba beja ekwan we guo. Now to be very honest with you, the reason ti amasoma no against Adakabre ne say me hu ni so ye panyini a to be very honest with you me bu no. But on say edu mbre bi na say empenifo esada ma omoni da ho na mo pese omode omano asem esei man a e ma enkora te say na eye din say ye kasa ye betuma so ya no. Now, if in less than 6 months, ujina mfuturo mu demonstration hwe Kufuor 8 years. Emma, when tumi amfa ne nsa nka kwan we. Emma, aban bi aba in less than 6 months, etumi aye kwan we. Ende, wona wo sie se okuta private car 12:30 12 midnight 30. Ofa hosako Kumasi abra woni tua. What assurance again should John Mahama give you Adakabre that a kwan na oye no, he is not going to desert the road. Assurance baby na ope. Because when John Mahama came, baby akojina demonstration, the Kufuor abode ba power into manya na ope so go abande ni ma say eye no. Sa ehọ na ugina mfuturo and enye mfuturo biom. That is assurance enough for an old man like you who thinks better than me to know say dia onya ketu obema no ono na nya kese obema for you to come and sit on TV and our radio in there 88 man no pass President ni aban ne ma assurance say express road you know because of express road nti enya ade omo beja sa kwan wato na o ya ye panyini bone. There is nowhere nobody can bring a video and audio from the president or the roads minister or whoever that a kwan we ya John Mahama ne NDC aban eye akosi Asantememu no. They have said anywhere say they will not complete this road. Nowhere. There is nowhere a buy we mu nipa ba akumpo bi na aka say ekwan we plan na da ho e see ye be ye kwan we no plan nasesa. Nobody has said that. The only thing the president has said was that a contract where the ama company or ye nwedwuma we ni tua say ye sikasem obi am complaining say ye tua ne ka. The contractor na e was ye tua ne ka under Kufuor mu nyina motena radio so ebubu be eso so so Kufuor entua contractor ne ka oja kwan ne to ha. And the obi buy no what sikarama contractor no. And we have video of the contractor admitting sika ye tuama ne se onfa nyedwuma no. Inti ehemfa na John Mahama eko gina ye ka say Say kwan way because of express road I am not going to do it. Eye ade a wo ye no, eye mambofo adwuma na wo ye no. Papa, mi bu pa, and you know me, when I have firepower, I have firepower. But I won't say about also no, me the buoni ni diamo because I expect you to do better than this. I expect you to be a matured senior. Ube me actually say ejuma we uye ye no na ye ne kura no ye wo ye. But it is beginning to look like it is boys for the job now, job for the boys now. It is like pay me and let me do something for you. That is what I am seeing. Yeah. Because in Pennyford to say when every regime after winsem, you know. Say Aban bi kura 10 kilometers of road. It takes years for a government to come to power and come see such a dusty, destroyed road. Contractor crying in less than 6 months. Aban to be contractor. That is assurance enough to tell you, say, this government has come to work. And not just paying the contractor, you can see it physically that work is being done. Now, the express road now, has the government in any day said, because of the express road, express road until the government. We see that the government has neglected this road. Until say, but as we speak, even the express road hasn't started. And you see contractors on this particular road working every day. Into a dear part of the radio, so I no pass open assurance. Na Ghana na yamba diana emoja padie. Adana MPP ba opposition na mama mo use mum penifo say e dear pa na wo pe journalism mu biem. Right now, what you are looking for is credibility. Edimpa now they are called womb. A dear ultimate yakoko for chicken. A dear pa na pa papa penina betina radio so no pa. Opesa otu futrogu Ghana foni. A creative impression be say a buying way I an agent say on ya kwana and grass antimemu. You don't do that. You are old. You don't do that. Assurance baby na ope. The government, the president was on national television telling Ghanaians that this of Anko Kumasi Road, it is going to be done. He has paid contractors. The contractor is working 24 hours. You see it every day. You drive through there. The Ben Alberti said traffic na muka tokwana ebi ababesi. It is even going down. Ubesoko Kumasi Friday now we free in crime 4:30. What do you expect to meet? Ubesoko Kumasi. Now America hakwana wotino. This year, some person me call New York Friday night. Now me see move forward. Do you know when I'll get there? I didn't know nyoma bia. Sa nyoma na mo de say Ghana impuntio. Mo create impression between nipa bitimi say nipa bi mpese ombe Ghana. Mo pese bibia ye MPP. Ekwan ba akwa yesi ye kwa santimemu. Mo sorry a. Na I to say chese mo pese mo say kuro no. Why? President amokofa ne ba ye. Party amokofa ne baye eye 8 years mo ne netina krom ha wentuma anya kwan bia ma santememu mo de mo bema anyina twitwi fom ka say Akufo-Addo mbedi president 8 years wentuma anya kwan 50-kilometer road anko Kumasi. Now a new government comes and in less than 6 months now we gina ho ye demonstration say enkwasiade Akufo-Addo ye ya wentu aka no o bo aban no so bo. Now aban in less than 6 months etuma ye kwan we ye adwuma na waka kire say because I am thinking about who adakabre ne wonana no ma sebio daachi bi yam peso mo be free ekurase airbar o ma be wu nkonhyianti me be create express road. Has the president or the government ever in any of their deliberation told Ghanaians to say sikana yede yesa kwan we akọ Kumasi eno na okoyi akoya express road? You don't speak like a journalist. I feel say it's about time you retired. Ejuma no onti asie biem. Mibu pa I think say ejuma no ayeden ejuma na fono. The modern way of journalism no onti asie reading aya wo ding. They say when you fikakra odantem you are not abreast of the issues. Inti I say ubo usrem ena edin da danana mo na mo de but yemfa sanchichire man. Me share video no masia film. So oba say obe defend unua ana wofa say asenso boacha. I understand. Wofa say we Jimmy ne kasa yemu ne nye. Why road minister da. Kasa o kasa na nyansa nim. Inti say oba say obe defend wofa say asenso boacha. I respect it. E webusuani e wasantini nua e wofa say I get it. So that job na opesa we are. I respect you for that. But do not make it look like say Abina and Adjune say, yeah, crying we also yet. Now, on assure you lived with the government for 8 years. You could not force the government to assure you. The government that you paid all your taxes to for 8 years. President Anna or the Ankonya Enam Krum. president sebio yeti krom ha okofa ayedien obi fra America ba ye ebeka motherfucker ewo Jubilee House yetna krom ha sika NPP aban nyaaye omo yimu 1% a anketumi ye kwan we wentumi ankancha ekufo de so oma assurance John Mahama ne NDC aban baaye na ombe ma contractor sika na weni tua se ye kwan eguso e mark kwan a na ye ka se ye ba be create express road a on ka se o de kwan we sika anopa tututu papa panyina betera TV so o sai nipa eno de na obenya me pese ma no betia o efise me bu ba de waye no ama sebio ebu a nipa dodo bi di bu no aya na omo question saa ebuo no aya na mama nipa bebre question saa ebuo no mode nyansa kwan so egu nipa ni ma se tu futuro gu nipa ni de na wo ye na ase kire se ne kura ne sen de na wo pese wo achieve what was your target ne de na wo pese wo achieve John Mahama empese obeye ye kwan no enti na o se okoye express no na ye MPP na ba ye papa kofo MPP no the upper de pa abakotoko no se bi oyendi na bro MPP na ba no etumi ye kwan we mpo etumi gu court a wo so se ebema wa assurance bi so mo ye kwan no ade na mo ye sa mo ye mpanifo ya no ntumi ntia mo da bia this is the time anko se ye hira mo na nka mo de sa hira no kowu but you say you are calling for the insults. Me, I feel say you have to retire. I feel say ejuma no at this point either say dementia no wenya and I say with all due respect and you say be am the yare na esro ebia baby awodu no won tia say you don't see yourself so ujaya wundi over here. It is better you leave radio. I respect you. And you know me the way I address people. If it was any other person, you know it wouldn't have been easy. The words I will use. But because of respect I'm a woman and the second chance I want to give you. Edian emoji. Anka obetina radio so no na anka why watam audio watam video watam document say Ghana for mun show President Mahama say sika ye de kwan we no eno no de express road into onima time be kwan no the president and the government they have given you timelines on we kwan we into how no saying assurance be biem na mu hia sa Asante youth document on the buy no mo na mo hihye chire MPP go position am pese Ghana say the moment am MPP no go position no ma bibia nkoso bibia ansay road minister ka enti ade pa ehi pa na aban we ejina ka che Ghana for say ekwan we yomonye mwangasa mo MPP betena so drones and na omudi take maps of how the roads no yebe papa ya fan chen no de omobe they did not do anything. And after 6 months, after less than a year, what betena radio so esa ka che aban we say oh assure assurance be na ope enya adwene bone any politics tantan bi yedi radio ya eyede na papa penyini te sawo you know all these things. I can go back in time metuma go back in 2024 in your own radio station na radio station ho wote driver for ba ho na omu complain na wo defend the contractor no ade na moye sa ande na mutena wiase ye sa my imagine say MPP na ma power mo be say bibia say anya ye MPP ni dia and the bibia nche ye nya de sa Mr S get me that video in 2024 in 2024 now what da kabre what betena radio so and ya kwan no amon pese amon be ye na ye president no on assure with what at least what you are seeing is assurance enough. Paying the contractor is assurance enough. The president coming on national television to speak on it and telling you he's going to create another express road is assurance enough. The roads minister going to parliament is a place of record to insist and reaffirm that the government is going to construct this road and that the contractors who were contracted initially, things that were supposed to be done were not done. That's why they have taken their time to make sure, but still they are working. All these things are assurance enough. What do you need? A day jandam no a day an only journalist ana. I respect you a lot. But when you maybe na I dear my say you be address mo. I say money da ho na mo pesa mo say Ghana. I say money da ho and mo pesa mo gu kuro no. I just mo pesa mo tete ebe echi. Mo pesa mo tete kasa echi. Mo pesa mo tete nyoma bi echi. Na mo de say Ghana. Ade na we sa. Let me we ya ho aso na ne ka ho. Enkofo ka to me say na ache traffic. Adakabre say a bilateral agreement Ghana ne Burkina wonti na car ne say ya na traffic a chena nkofo ntumi nkom ba eni se driver for no bufu adakabre we ya papa we the same man who in 2025 under NDC or say president has shown say kwan no in July on the 12th of July obey demonstration with the same kwan say adena traffic ache. As before that under Ekufuado in 2024 November now to radio so catch a Ghana for say sa kwan no traffic na ache na drivers ni complain say drivers ni bi kraka say ya e was some to in track beto mo na contract adakabre say international bilateral agreement intina kan say kra ye njansi so kofo we mu na motete Ghana oye penyini o and Ekufuado no say traffic chi e kwan so car say si so a o say car no ma yeto drivers ni say obi tumi ja car si wo no akọ eye ofanko otumi ko ache motor so kofa petrol aba ni nyina emwa ema traffic chi and Ekufuado adakabre se na eye bilateral agreement Ghana ni Burkina nti car bi fi Burkina na ebe say si kwan no so e ofanko na traffic achi a because of the bilateral agreement between Ghana and Burkina nti o de obe de dey munya wotre ene na omo de nkwase abe e defend Ekufuado tro saa no odidi nkwase asem no koye NDC ba ya no muhunu ahunyansa. You are dangerous people. You people are wicked, diabolic people. Must say Ghana, must say Krono. Ya come ni ma must say muadie. This is not journalism. This is not journalism. This is genocide. Oh, saying Chirima, you are dangerous to Ghana. Don't do that. I respect you a lot. In this whole team, customer, I'll be very, very cautious. I have tried to hold back because me boo pa, but dear way I'm an air time. Yeah, dear. Assembly bekan wa habiano ya betchira wa dikudienti ya yusu word bi anase ya ka assembly ya nya de sa ade chen ya president has show 6 months pepe mahama about power now we demonstration now we TV so demonstration sa de na kwana block ade na cars bi agina ade na contractor no and so before that now ka just say because of bilateral agreement so of ankokwa ne choki kra mo amunim Burkina ne Ghana contract ma sign enti ka ne say o se atwan ne kofa Traore ba na Traore be sign contract and some traffic ni mu ebie. And that 12 midnight 30 you know to come from 4 p.m. 5 p.m. 6 p.m. Echo do midnight 30 Echo do Kumasi just 1:30 into your Mahama by name assurance. Oh jebesi wu and I say oh jebonia ku then I will pay. Next time is not going to be nice like this. I'm being very honest with you. The next time I see something like this again at Akabre, with all due respect, it is not going to be nice. I'm being very honest. With all due respect, pension. Radio. So, with all due respect, the next time I see something diabolic like this, it is not going to be sweet. It's not going to be nice. I'm not going to show respect. Because ye defend your future. Ye defend your future. Mumu future na end. We don't want you people to mislead anybody. NDC abanjo Mahaman car say on your kwan way. Express road mupo yebeye. At the papa bana mo poa mo problem. Mo MPP no free power. Mo nko kanya nsanchiro mo na mo mbu Ghana for. Let's not do this. I'm being honest. The next time is not going to be sweet. It's not going to be nice. I'm not going to show respect. Black Queens, the English woman in Yumbre, and I feel say the performance was wonderful. I'm not one of those people who feel to say, "Any England are born to mushe 2-0 la." No. The performance I saw tonight is a world-class performance. The scoreline does not really matter. I was just looking at a year Ghana players, Mbano, how confident they are when they are handling the balls, and how they can basically have some power behind the ball. There's one thing I have noticed when it comes to African women's soccer. The power behind the ball, and because of the power behind the ball, about how women are able, African women especially, are able to hit the ball with a little bit of power. So we study the difference between Europeans and Asians, Mbano and African women, and they say the power we use in hitting the ball. So our power now, the ball, and I'm talking about power force, so kind of strong, quick, sharp passes. I would say we are able to drive the ball. African soccer, especially in Bandiana, you can see, say, Ayana entire needs up that power behind the ball. It doesn't say African players. So Moko World Cup now show more. The pace Ayana Abrofono, any power na Ayana the Bobono, Ayana Yenibi. But I'm seeing this new Black Star team. It's a team where, and you know, my lovely Asantua commanded the midfield. Our captain also did a very wonderful job. In fact, the goalkeeper is exceptional. Or very quite slim, but a very penalty to call hard and coach. Just say, not power kakra. You could see, say, the Black Queens are tactically Abrofono, these are people who have been playing. These are Champions League players. These are world-class players. We know Oma Boache. And so going into a game like this and you see your players trying to possess, let's be honest here. The English team is better than the Ghanaian team. It's a fact. But sometimes when you go into a game like this, you expect to say, I wasn't expecting the Black Queens to dominate. And I wasn't expecting the Black Queens to win the game like 3 goals to nothing. No. I wanted to see something. And what I wanted to see, I saw it. And what I saw was that we are able to pass the ball quickly. We are able to put power behind the ball. And that is what African women's football is lacking. Obi Oha, or African women's football, African women's football. And I say, or soccer player or Africa, Oshe Afcon, Mbani Diana. The power now with the bobo, omo to me bobo, obi to me bobo and trust center cry, obi to me across the ball crampo and do a penalty yard. You see, but I'm beginning to see say your team is built. The players are getting to that point whereby obi bobo now to say born or ball with confidence or ball with power, and the moment a team gets to that level, the only thing they need is cohesion. That's all. The moment we are able to do that, our team is good. And what I saw today, I saw a team that was ready to learn, a team that is ready to explore, a team that is playing free-flowing football that is not under any pressure. Make a mistake, and we actually into me call this tackle. I'm scared. No, I saw a team that is confident, and that is what we've been waiting for. I believe this Black Queens team, no. I was say AFCON, I was say winning AFCON. No, the cross drew finals. In fact, we went to the AFCON, and where we got to was okay. But I expect us to win the next AFCON. From what I'm seeing, the coach is building a new team. It's a very good team. It's a very strong team. In fact, me who player be I met him say where they undeserved say also about Black Queens. No, I saw a team that is uniform, like a team that is playing as a team, and so Ode. English for no a performance to 2 years. You cannot use that to access a team and can say a team. Our team is very good. In fact, we played against one of the best teams around in the world. And they realized they were playing against a very tactical team. The little mistake you make, they will capitalize on it and they will score. They were also very cautious. They were not being silly like that. They were basically sitting back and pushing us. They tried to push us. They didn't even want us to cross the line, because the moment you give Ghanaians that room to be able to explore all sides, anything can happen. So I think their strategy was that keep them and don't even give them the room to come to the third half of the pitch, because you could see the English basically strategically, they try to keep us from the third half of the pitch, because they are not that strong. They know that the moment you allow the Ghanaians to say center line or do the third half of the pitch, which is close to their penalty box, anything can happen, because we have some very sleeky, quick players. They can make anything happen at any time. So their strategy worked out for them. Don't let them come in. Stay on them. So all that you do is push Asantua inside. So you could see they suppressed Asantua. They kept her in there, because the moment you allow her to be a little bit free, the passes are going to go. Players are quick. They could pick passes. So tactically, I think they got their formation and their tactics right. And from what I saw today, we really appreciate this team. It's a team you watch and you are confident. And Maohu said yes, your team did, baby. So good job, guys. Next time any team we meet, we need to be able to beat them. I really love the team. I love every single player in there. No, they're solid. I love every single player in there. And you can see the confidence, the teamwork, the the help they give each other. It's wonderful. And we just want to say thank you very much, guys. I'm happy nobody got injured. Everybody's going back to base to go and work again. When I say work, they are going back to their teams to play, to be paid. And that is one thing I always pray, say, Oba international break, national team, because also ye juma, skakakra unya na doba fi. Inti Oba na se Oba ye juma Ghana. Obe serve Ghana na upra. I na ya humte like the Black Star player upra, you know. It's a big blow to everybody. Inti normally in friendly games na I pray say player bia impra to be able to go back to their teams and play and also make their money and take care of their family. Inti the Black Queens, you know, my idea